Hello, Durbit. How you doing? Hey, Kate. Hello, me lord. Durbit had a donut for dinner. That sounds like the best dinner that anybody could ask for. Hello, lady. I barely made it. I got here like 20 minutes ago. I was, I wanted to take a nap. Oh, God, I can't believe I'm going to tell a story. We have an old, fat, black cat who was hit by a car about 4 years ago. She is special, and she had fallen asleep on my bed, and she just looked so peaceful that I didn't want to wake her. So I was like, I'll take a nap somewhere else. I have a CPAP. I can't sleep without my CPAP. But I was like, I'll just rest my eyes. So I rested my eyes, and then I snored myself awake. And I was like, oh, I fell asleep there a little bit. I better rest my eyes but not fall asleep, because I'll stop breathing and die. So I fell back asleep and then woke up snoring and gasping. And I was like, but I'm so tired. Maybe this is the time for sweet death's embrace. I'm just going to go to bed again. And then I woke up a third time snoring. What up, Carlos? And I've been tired ever since. I had some 2x hot ramen noodles from Taiwan, South Korea, that I got at World Foods. That was so painfully hot that I was like, I don't want to go to work now, because this is just a burning, awful ring of fire pouring throughout my body. What up, Kyle? Yeah, Danielle's pretty awesome. But I dragged myself here, and I am just exhausted. Yeah. My lord, I warned my family that chemical warfare will be happening at some point today. I will. It was just, I shouldn't have tried to sleep without my machine on, and I shouldn't have eaten that. When I took the first bite and was like, wow, listen, I eat really hot stuff. And if it's hot to me, it's lethal to probably small children. Dude, your brain gets less oxygen for a minute, too. You're good, right? What up, Bourbon? Bourbon, you missed one hell of a shindig yesterday. Lots of fun. As a matter of fact, the only thing we have left now are the individual paintings and these 5 covers in the blind break and 2 Alex Ross. Everything else is gone. I have my incident report. Yeah. It was almost a hootenanny. Listen, I'm trepidatious in using the word hootenanny because that would be stepping on Beat Easel, and I don't want the Beat Easel clan slashing my tires. So I will not say hootenanny for fear of my well-being and property. She can muster the feared, and I want nothing to do with that. So, I want to remind everybody, there is no streaming next week. Adios, Kyle. No streaming next week. I will be back the week afterwards. Hopefully with a new computer. Should be nice. So, listen, this is a great conversation to have. I'm gonna bring the mic in. Going to Bill's training camp? No. Listen, the mic's not going to be here next week. I'm just not moving it right now. It's too big of a pain in the butt. What's going on, Brent? How are you doing, friend? Oh, thank you. I do deserve a break. I just wish that this break was not on a boat, because I lived on a boat, and unless I'm fishing on that boat, I don't really want to be on a boat. But I'm going to be on a boat. Is what it is. Thankfully, it's only a 4-day. I tried to explain why cruises are awful based on historical proof, and I was told that I was wrong. So we're going to see about that. It's going to be a FAFO moment, and I'm here for it. Bourbon said, when I was 12, on a cruise, I got paid to do magic tricks, and I put it all into the slot machines. It began early. Yeah, but look at everything you have now. Just think, 12-year-old you set you on this path of excellence. You should buy 12-year-old you an apple juice. Okay, so here's what and I'm sure Kate's going to tell me whatever I did was wrong, because it's what Kate does. So I ordered excellence into incompetence. Brent says, I went on a cruise when I was younger, before all the bad stuff started to happen on cruises. Yeah, so I was in the Navy, and I lived on a boat. And, that gives you a different perspective of being on a boat. I don't associate boats with pleasure, not even the Love Boat. I associate boats with function and duty, and I really only want to be on a boat if I'm fishing, because I know then in 8 hours I will be off the boat. Kate's like, see, you're wrong, and she doesn't even know what I said, but she knew it was wrong. So I had a budget. I had a modest budget. He said duty. I did say duties at Bull Rose. How are you? This boat at least has cocktails. Yeah, dude, they're like $4,000 a cocktail. Like, really, bourbon. We didn't get the alcohol package because when we broke down the cost, I would have had to have drank like 12 drinks per day every day. And as much, I mean, I'm not a big drinker. But that would have also meant that Melissa, I had a cruise ship 15 years ago, snuck in bottles in our shampoo. Tasted a little weird. But that would also mean that Melissa would have to drink 12 drinks a day, and Mrs. the Breaker cannot drink 12 drinks a day. Nope. Mrs. the Breaker can't drink 5 drinks a day every day. Yeah, I was a bartender. I could drink. What up, Scuba? Jim Lovell, commander of Apollo 13. Oh, that sucks. Jim Lovell passed away. I like space. I like astronauts. Astronauts to me have the biggest cojones on the planet, both the men and the women, because they are strapped onto a rocket built by the lowest bidder and launched into the unknown with only math to save them. And because I don't trust math, even though it's the only thing with a direct answer, I tip my hat to them. So I had a modest budget. I had to build a computer that had this isn't a gaming computer. It just had to have good streaming functionality. And maybe be able to do a little bit of video editing. I went back and forth with Intel versus AMD, Ryzen specifically. I did a lot of Googling, and it said AMD is good for multi-core processing. Intel is good at single-core processing to do things. A laptop would not be able to do what we do here. With the amount of plugs, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 things plugged into this computer. Because we run mics, we don't use USB mics. I use an actual big boy mic, and we have three cameras, 2 screens, a sound system. Yeah. Yeah, the computer is it's dead. This computer is, I think, 8 years old. So I was given a modest budget. I mean, I guess I can tell you because I was given $1,500 to build a streaming computer. Not going to be top of the line, but also not going to be okay. It was blowing in OBS as often as it was going in slobs. Trust me, it's a hardware issue. It's not a software issue. That's why we're replacing the computer, because there's a hardware issue here. So I know, I'm aware. It'll all change when we get the new gear. We're running on a 5-year-old vid card too. Which is a vid card we got within the last year. And this vid card did save us from all of the frame drop problems. If you remember, we would have occasional crash problems and we would lose frames. But the computer would never freeze completely. After we got the new vid card, which is a couple years old but new, we didn't have the frame issue we used to. Now we're getting a straight freeze problem, and that is a hardware issue. 4K, it'll be able to run 4K. So actually, I will give you a list. So, long story short, I did decide to go Intel, even though a lot of streamers that do gaming do AMD. This is going to be for Whatnot Wednesdays, Bourbon. You are absolutely correct as to why we needed a bigger bump. I'm going to give you our specs. And I actually came in under 1,500. And there were certain things that you will hear and be able to recognize where I saved the extra couple of bucks. And there are places where I spent the extra couple of bucks. But all in all, we went, most parts are through Newegg. Listen, I'm aware Newegg is overpriced. I know. Some parts I found on Newegg and then just went directly to the distributor. Sapporo's, I went 700 watts. $700 EPS 12-volt crossfire ready power supply. Oh, goodness. Hold on. Hold. It is Roseville. Did you try using PC Part Picker? No, I just went through what I knew. It's going to be a 2 terabyte SSD. I went with an i7 14th Gen 20 core because I didn't feel like I was going to need the 9. What's going on, Don? I did not think I'm going to need the 9. I'm not going to be gaming on this. Again, we're not going to be gaming on this computer. My home computer has a 9. So I went with the 7. I did not go liquid cooled because this is not my machine. I did spend a little bit more to go with a good Asus Wi-Fi 7 motherboard to match the chipset of the i7. Plasma cooled. And for the vid card, I went middle of the road. I actually looked up the deepest dive I went down was for obviously the card. And to fit within the budget, I went with a Radeon RX 7600. Again, not the newest, not the fastest, but it is a 16G. I did not get the 8th, so it should be able to process what we do better than what we have. And then my stacks of RAM showed up today. It's, again, good enough for what we're doing. I got 36 worth of Kingston Fury. These were actually a great deal. I got them directly from Kingston. And Kingston had a first-timers coupon, which made it almost $30 less than getting it from Newegg. Don't forget to ground yourself before putting it together. You mean ground myself as do it in the corner with a dunce cap on, or standing on this rubber pad? No, I've built my PC at my house. I've built a few PCs. I built a PC back when you actually had to weld. All right. I was in. So I grew up in New York, and as early as middle school, they had us welding motherboards. Yeah. They had us welding motherboards, and they had us welding parts. I never welded and fully built an entire computer, but they would have us welding little motherboards. We didn't get to keep them, so I always wondered what happened to those, like, if they just, like, oh, child labor, they're learning. But we did have to, like, weld parts on and flux and all this stupid crap that we had to do. And we used to program DOS, because DOS was the it thing because of mold. Brother worked at Fry's. The amount of people returning components, ruminating. Oh yeah, I know to do it with my boots on. Not doing it on a carpeted surface. It'll be on tile. Yeah, I know about that. I got it. I'd like to watch you putting it together like Amazon. I could video putting it together, but I swear a lot. I don't think any of you, well, some of you, Don knows. Carlos knows. Money Mitch knows. Some of you know, when I'm not on camera, I have one of the filthiest mouths on the planet. Sapuros knows. He's heard me on other channels. I am full of explicatives. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, it is part of my vernacular. My intelligence has subsided enough that swearing has become part of my regular vernacular. Back when I had all of my brain cells, I spoke very succinctly and was able to use my words instead of dumbing myself down to swearing. But now that I'm old and my brain is addled, I swear because I just don't have the brain power to facilitate the right adjectives and verbs. He's like the episode of Beavis and Butthead where they can't laugh in class. So, all is said and done, I didn't get a fancy glass box because we don't need one. I did get a high flow quad fan box though. No. It is vented on the top, front, and back. So I have a lot of space. I got a bigger one. It has the detachable bottom tray in case I did go liquid cooled and something burst. It has a detachable lower drain tray. Honestly, I got that one because it was on sale and it was rated the highest for airflow, and it already came pre-installed with 4 fans on top of the 2 fans for the vid card and the fan for the CPU, and I have an extra fan that I got for free as a package deal. I have, there's going to be a lot of airflow going through that thing. We use the F word like commas at work. Are you putting in one of those old school pop-out drink holders? No, there's no CD-ROM. No, it'll be, it's going to be pretty, standard. I'm just hoping it's got enough. The card, I had to make sure the card had enough to handle 2 screens and blah, blah, blah. Where's the plug? 8 PCI 4.0 Express plugs. 1 HDMI 2.1, 3 DisplayPort 1.4s. That should be enough. Yeah. Oh, I know. I'm well aware my dangle is dangling. Are you putting yes, actually I would, Money Mitch, because I'm sure some of the stuff that you do is classified and it can't be on the internet, it needs to be stored on a hard disk. Kate says, what's your RAM? My RAM is 32. Well, it's going to be 32. It's made by Kingston. I did research Kingston. Listen, RAM is in 2 categories. Really good and the stuff you get free with your computer. Kingston was very well rated for use. I believe it is a 7200 read rate, which is high for RAM. Oh, it's 6000, excuse me. It's DDR5. I did not go DDR4. It's DDR5 and it runs at 6000, not 7200. We're hard and soft. You've rammed 32 in a row? Yeah, try not to ram any on the way through the parking lot. Oh, the SSD, yeah, it's a 2 terabyte SSD, of course. I mean, Kate, I know you think I'm dumb, but how stupid do you believe I am? Yeah, well, yours goes to 11. So yeah, these were well rated. And with the first time buyer coupon at Kingston, these came out cheaper than some of the trash ones. So, but I've been, and here's what I need y'all for. I need you to make me feel good about this. I'm really having second thoughts about switching it to an AMD. The only thing I would need to change, everything else is universal. I'd have to change the motherboard and the CPU. And I can. Newegg does allow returns on unopened merch. I'm debating on jumping over. Now, the problem is, Brent, listen, I was because I had to be. The only thing, the Intel I got, again, the i7 14 gen, not the newest gen, but it's good enough. It's very workable. The only, where's my wish list? I built my own wish list computer. Again, I don't need fancy stuff. So I have my own wish list for a home PC that I would want. The swap that I would make would be an AMD Ryzen 5950X. It's about $10 within price range of the Intel i7. The i7 is a 20 core, albeit a 12 plus 8. The Ryzen is only a 16 core, but Ryzen uses multi-core processing better. And I would have to get a Gigabyte Aorus motherboard, and I don't know anything about them. Asus, while not necessarily the greatest company on the planet, at least I'm familiar with the Asus brand. So if I combined the Ryzen 5950X, which is a pretty good processor, with that motherboard, which is actually a little bit cheaper of a motherboard, I would be getting about the same price, give or take $15 of shipping. So I'm thinking Asus has gone down. Yes, this motherboard is actually one of the highest rated motherboards for the Intel i7 as far as set. The layout I thought was a little wonky. I didn't think the airflow would be as good. When I see actually, I won't be able to open the box to see the motherboard. Here, let's look. Sounds like a foreign language. Let me make sure I don't have any of my info here. Let me pull both motherboards, and we'll talk about it. This could be a tech show. By the way, if you guys want to buy something, just go ahead and buy it. I'll hopefully hear my phone ding. Okay. Nope, that's not the right page. All right, so this is the motherboard we went with. This one I thought, first of all, the plugs, it had a gaggle of things that we needed. This is one of the newer ones. It does have Wi-Fi 7. We do not currently run on Wi-Fi, but when we do move to our new building sometime in early 2026, I don't know if that will not be the case. So in preparation, I did make sure I at least had it Wi-Fi 7 ready. I thought the airflow on this one would be okay. My thing, it's going to exhaust through right there. Here's the other one that if I switched the chipsets, this would be the other motherboard. This one did not have the same bells and whistles. Two, 2214. 2214. 1611. Oh, I need that for the camera. Does the other one have that? It does not. Actually, I wouldn't be able to use this motherboard. Our camera is on a C. One of our main cameras, our stream cam, is on a C. I would have to adapt it otherwise. So actually, this board for what we use it for is superior to this board. So I think I've answered my own question. I know I researched the hell out of it, but once I go to sleep, my mind erases like a goldfish. And now I'm seeing why this specific board was on the top of my list. I just don't like the airflow. I could, but yeah. I don't like the look of this airflow. I did get the wider tower to hopefully compensate. You can always trust a motherboard that is PS2 port. There it is. There it is, naked. That is it without its fancy covers. Truth be told, there's a very good chance I may remove the guide. I'll let Sapphoros, he's smarter than me. Would you recommend removing the Prime Series guard so that I can get a better airflow? Not that I'm, again, overly worried considering I'm going to be running 5-6 fans in there. What would you do? I see it's vented. I see it's scored for blah, blah, blah. I feel like I almost want to remove. It just makes sure the fans blow in a logical way. Your case looks like it is a ton of mesh. That is a lot of steel mesh. And removable. It has panels that you can actually cover some of the mesh. I assume so that you can have a more distinct airflow. It came with solid panels. If I wanted to cover it, I could. Again, I'm not going to be overclocking this. This is simply for streaming. And not even streaming games, just streaming video. So it doesn't, and I always, every time I reached to get something nicer in this build, I reminded myself, yeah, I'm not gaming on this. Helps customize the flow direction. Yeah, I can cover those easily. It comes with panels. Wow, is that an old school? Oh, there's the other one. Okay. Just remember, heat rises. Oh, I know. I know. I think that's why they stick the CPU at the top. Yeah, the more I look at it, the less I actually like this one. This one I like a lot less now. So, yeah. Yeah, see? Yeah. I answered my own question. Oh, this has the front ones too. Oh, it does. I didn't realize that. Erky Dirky. Yeah. I did not clean all the dust out of their PC, right? I did not. So yeah, there's the, let me see. You can't see the screen, so let me do. I did not get an Ultra name brand SSD. Almost everything we do is cloud because a bunch of us are working on it. So I don't know Crucial from anybody else. I was not too crazily concerned about this. I hope it doesn't like a scene from Home Alone 2 where Marv gets hit with a bag of concrete. We don't. This computer that we're currently on has 2 terabytes, and we haven't even hit 50%. So I didn't need more than. I didn't need 4. 2 is perfectly fine. Go back. Go back. I wish I had a video of my brother taking his PC out of his car's trunk. It was hilarious. Really? So that's it. That's all the real important stuff. Everything else is whatevs. Let me just double check. Oh, wind, huge dust cloud. Oh God. So this is actually. So check this out, Sapphoros. I'm gonna defer to you on this. It came with two fans because they were both free. The processor. Oh, so what I do to keep all my assets on an external, this way I never need to move them. Streaming software backup, links will always be to externals. Nice. They gave if you ordered the Intel processor, it was a deal. You got this for free. This particular fan. Again, I'm not doing Sapphoros. You're asking the wrong guy. I'm not doing liquid cooled. I'm just gonna do standard radiant fan. So this one came free when you bought the processor, and then this one came free with the motherboard. So obviously I can't install. I'm not gonna stack fans because they are variant speed. But I'm assuming. Oh, I also don't care about RBG. I'm assuming this is the one I put on because it would be normally more expensive. It's obviously better because of the lights, right? I don't. Nothing is. This is a distraction because it's in a black solid box. But I was looking and I was looking at the size and I'm looking at the venting on this and I'm like, the other one looks better and the other one was free. Like that one but lights that I'll never see. Yeah. I don't know. This one just looked like it was sturdier, and it's made in Germany. So there's that. Right? Eight inches of aluminum fins. I don't know. I don't know which one I'll do. The other one was free, but here's the kicker. It's free, but it says it doesn't come with an LGA 1700 bracket. So if they didn't bother sending me the bracket I need, I'll just install the other one anyway. And then put this on eBay for 20 bucks. Adios, Carlos. And yes, I bought nice thermal paste. I promise I won't eat it. No homebrew refit? No, sir. This ain't my computer. If it was mine, yeah, I'd throw caution into the wind. Hey, all right, man. Have fun at the Bills game. Tell Josh I said hi. Yes. Yes. Peel the plastic off the CPU. Oh, you mean the shriveled, burnt mess? The nice here's what is crazy to me. Um, I redid my computer at home. It was a patchwork job. I had to replace the motherboard, and I bought a really inexpensive, like $180 video card. My video card on my home computer is very, very low because I don't game or stream from there yet. I will be upgrading some of that hardware when I decide to stream from home. But for right now, I just had to get a vid card so I could play Fortnite with James. Wasn't shriveled. Just had a nice goopy layer of paste. Didn't solidify. But when I replaced my processor, it had a bright blue film on it. It's you couldn't miss it. That literally, I think, said remove before install. I bet they went down a ton. So that is my project when I get back from vacation is I have to build the computer for here and reinstall everything we have on this computer over to that one. Which should be interesting. I am going to install two slobs. Again, we have both. We have both OBS and slobs. We stopped using OBS because we were having issues. And we were dropping way more frames. Now that we've gotten the new card into this computer, I probably could have been doing it, but then I'd have to update all of the stuff that we have on this over to there. With the new computer, I can rebuild everything ground up. So even after I get home, it will be probably not the very first stream that I have the new computer, because it'll probably take me a couple of days to install, run everything, redesign everything, call Kate, cry, whine, complain. OBS is easy to overclock if you don't program it right. I'm just going to do what Kate says. There you go. Put it on Doug's tab. Nom nom yummy, yum yummy. Nom yummy. Nom yummy. Do the sound redeems? What's wrong with my sound redeems?
I want more. And I know I should.
Bitch, that's great. This is Money Mitch's home computer case. Oh, yeah. Now, I would want mine to be Saja Boys. I didn't say it was mine. TBH, the last computer Money Mitch was looking for was a Nuck. You could hear it running in the hall about 30 feet from the door. Oh, goodness gracious. Some former student must have stuck all the fans in it as a joke, saying that they were helping him. I wouldn't put it past somebody to think that having all of those fans was helpful. I'm trying to think. What's the craziest thing I've seen on a computer? My uncle, who will remain nameless, had his motherboard rigged to blow up. It would shock the memory card with 110 electricity for 10 seconds, and then a small piece of plastique would blow the top of the motherboard off. No, it's not what you think. He used to trade in illegal hacked software. And he was afraid that he would get raided for making money off of pirated software. And he rigged it to blow. Did he ever use it? No. Would it have worked? Probably not. But that's what he claimed would happen if he hit the red button inside the case. No CD.exes were the best. Oh, I miss writing DOS and making smiley faces in DOS. Those were my good old days of computing. Back in like 1993. before Windows 95. Actually, no, that was elementary school was DOS. That would have been 5th grade. That would have been 1988. 1988 or 19 no, it's 1989. 1989 I was writing DOS programs in school. 1989 I was 9, which would put me in 5th grade, yeah. Pull some money, buy a copy of Odell Lake, and have a LAN party with 6 friends. All right, folks. I should probably move that. All right. I figured since Daniel was not going to be here today, not many people would really want to hang out. Daniel really was the catalyst for us having a successful day yesterday. As Money Mitch chides, lovely seeing all 7 of you this fine evening. I'm also so out of gas today. It's kind of ridiculous. So I may or may not have had a phone call with Don at 1 o'clock in the morning Eastern. Don has, listen, Don's going to be mad that I said this. Sorry, Don. But on Sunday, everybody needs to send some positive energy Don's way. Don and his wife, Kelly, are having their baby bird leave the nest to go attend RIT and be the best they can be. Next Sunday. Okay, sorry. Next Sunday. The Sunday I get back. So, I mean, you can send it to him this Sunday, too. But next Sunday, Don and Kelly are going to need some positive energy. So mark it on your calendars. The 17th, we got to set an alarm to send positive energy to Big Papa Don. Yeah, Sapporo's, for a long time, it was just a boot disc. It would download the game and the boot disc would just get it started. So if everybody downloaded off of it and everybody booted it within a couple minutes of each other, you'd be good. You're watching a meeting of RIT, a movie about RIT move-in day, and you just started crying. Ah, buddy. It's okay, man. This is the culmination of all these years, man. This is the culmination. Tears of joy, dude. StarCraft, 6 people on LAN, 1 CD. They can't live with us forever, homie. Trying to get it out now so you don't cry in front of her next week. You both will. It's okay. It's expected. All right, folks, let's get out of here. Let's make this a short show. I'm tired. I brought 4 Guinness drafts with me. I'm so tired I don't even want to drink the second one. That should say a lot. Actually, I should stay live for another 16 minutes just to make it worthwhile. It's a 40-minute commute to work and a 40-minute commute home. That's an hour and 20 minutes. If I don't stay here for at least an hour and 20 minutes, then I'm doing myself a disservice. So I'll stay for another 15 minutes. Engineer at work who graduated from RIT said he made his parents cry twice on his move-in day. First when they dropped him off, and second when they got home. He had his kindergarten backpack filled his childhood books and a thank you note for each of them on their bed when they got home. Oh, the old gut punch. I'm trying to think. I think the only time I got both parents to cry when I went anywhere is when I surprise enlisted in the Navy. And I was like, I had a little speech that I gave them. I don't expect you to support the idea, but there's nothing you can do about it. I've joined the Navy and I'm leaving in 5 days. You can either celebrate for the next week or I can go now to a friend's house. I think that was my big speech. And oh boy, were they mad. My dad's like, I'm going to sue the Navy. I was like, no, you're not. You're not. There's nothing you can do. I'm 19. I win. My mom was just upset she didn't have more time to spend with me. All right. Let's not even raid. Let's just call it a night. Let's just go home. That's it. I'm leaving. All right, folks. My kindergarten backpack. Do I remember my kindergarten backpack? I do not. No idea. I know I had a knit brown sneaker bag because we had to have a backpack and a sneaker bag. Because my grandmother knitted it for me. It had my name on it. But I don't remember the back. My lunchbox, I think in 1984. No, 85. What was my lunchbox? I know at one point in my life I had a Transformers. I know I had a Knight Rider. I think I had a G.I. Joe too. I did have a G.I. Joe. It was green thermos, I remember. Somebody said it was pea green. Those are the only three I remember. Barney was before my time. Or I should say after my time. Barney was like 87. When was Barney? Oh, Barney and Friends ran from 1992. Boy, that's a lot later than I thought it was. No. Oh, it started as a video before it was on TV. So 1988 on video, 1992 on TV. There's your answer. Boy, you know you're good when you start on video and then get a television contract. That is impressive. All right, folks. I'm out. Let's go. Let's get it done. I'm gonna go home. I gotta clean the house. Steve and Maddie are coming over tomorrow with the baby, and I don't want the house to look like a pigsty. Folks, I love each and every one of you. Please take care of yourselves and each other. It's gonna be a long time before I see you again. So please, please, please be safe and do the right thing. I love you all. Take care, and I will see you.